Hello, it's Rigers. In today's video, you will see the full breakdown of my most favorite battleground build right now. Let's start a little bit differently with legendary gems, because I will show you the most optimal pay to win legendary gem setup and then free to play alternative. So let's begin. On the background you can watch the gameplay, and now let's look on our gems. So, but Bloodsoul Jade is for both categories, pay to win and free to play, because this gem is great and even as a free to play you should run it. Then in pay to win category we have Battle Hope, and in free to play category we have the Black Rose, because the Black Rose is very strong gem for Crusader, because when you are attacked you have several % chance to immobilize the enemy, which is great. If you are sitting on the idol, then you can immobilize the whole enemy squad which is around you. Then for free to play category we have Everlasting Torment and Misery Elixir. These are both great gems, especially Misery Elixir, because even high result players are using it. And for pay to win category we have Starfire Shard and Maw of the Deep, and these gems again are great with their knockback effect. Starfire Shard has really high damage output. Another gem for both categories is Royal Inconsequence, because Royal Inconsequence is one of the best gems in the game, so it should run even free to play players. Then for free to play players we have Paint Clasp, again one of the best 2-star gems in the game. And for pay to win we have Wolfheart, which is great gem too. Then we have Viper's Bite, which is great gem for dot damage, and Mother's Lament, which increase your critical hit chance. For free to play players these gems are perfect, and even pay to win players can use them. And for pay to win we have Void Spark, which I like personally, but you can use Seeping Bile instead of Void Spark for dot damage. And as a defensive gem we can use Spitful Blood, which is good defensive gem, but you can replace him for example with Seeping Bile and use Void Spark plus Seeping Bile, but it really depends on you. And now I want to talk a little bit about legendary gem Morn School, who is 2-star legendary gem, but it's not really free to play gem, because you have to craft him with telluric pillars. And for pay to win players there's like stronger gems, but Morn School is very strong, so if you have it you can definitely run it. It's time for my skills. My primary attack is Sacred Fire, then I have Shield Glare, Judgment, Condemn and Conjuration of Light. My paragon is the Paragon Brawler with these 5 skills, as you can see here, and my special skill is the Benefactor, which grants you a shield when you use the skill which buffs you, so it's good for survivability. Now let's move to my curse properties. I am running 6-piece Detested, because it's create a dark void beneath you that lasts for 6 seconds when you use a skill that causes loss of control, and we have the blind for loss of control, which is perfect. Enemies take 24% of your damage every second they remain within the area, and additionally damage dealt to enemies in the void is increased by 12%, which is very strong. And then I use 2-piece Nettled. My set items are 2-piece Baron, which increase the duration of my harmful effects by 30%. Then I have 2-piece Vitius, which increase the duration of all beneficial effects for me by 30%. Then I have 2-piece Angmet, which increased the duration of my additional ignite status by 30%, and 2-piece mount bank for some survivability for shield, but you can change the mount bank for 4-piece Angmet. It depends on you what you prefer more. I am preferring more this combination with 2-piece mount bank, but without mount bank with 4-piece Angmet is possible, and you will have really high damage. Let's move to my legendary gear. My helm is Gaze of Wrath, and if we look at the description, then you can see Shield Glare now burns enemies for 15,000 damage over 4 seconds. This essence is great for dot damage, and you can kill with these enemies even off screen, which is nice. And it works perfectly with combination with Lofty Light, because our offhand Lofty Light Shield Glare now surrounds you with an area of Radiant Justice for several seconds, during which enemies within are automatically attacked and blinded, and the enemies are blinded for 3 seconds, guys. So it's very strong combination with our helm. Now my chest is the old good Heart of Grandeur, my shoulders are the Yawning Crows, my pants are the Permanent Reproach for increasing the radius for Heart of Grandeur, my main hand is Horn Splitter, my second main hand is Trial by Fury, and my second offhand is Torrential Refrain, because this is the very important combination to have the Heart of Grandeur, the Yawning Crows, I mean Condemn, Judgment, and the Torrential Refrain, because I will say it again, Condemn immediately triggers all continual damage on the targets it hits, causing them to take the remaining damage instantly, which is insane burst damage output. Let's look on my reforges. I have damage to players increased, attack speed increased, duration of beneficial effects increased, damage taken from players reduced, and all skill damage increased. These are my PvP reforge attributes. Keep in mind that damage to players increased and damage taken from players reduced are not strived, so they have their full power in the battle. On the other hand, the other stats are strived by 66%, which means, for example, that the duration of beneficial effects increased by 3%. It works only for PvE, but for PvP it's increased only by 1%. It's time for our DPS test on Training Dummy. So here you can see the damage is insane for PvP build. 62 million, 6 million per second, and you can see it's still damaging the dummy. I stopped the timer and stopped the damage, but it's from the dot damage, so you can see how long dot damage is remaining. Now let's look on the breakdown, and as you can see, our Suckered Fire dealt 12 million damage, our Shield Glare almost 8 million, Judgment 28 million, and Condemn 2.2, and from my legendary gems 11.7. Keep in mind that in Battleground the damage output will be lower because the legendary gems are strived by 66% and the other attributes too, but as you can see, the burst damage is insane and the dot damage is perfect too. So this is my most favorite build for Battleground right now. Let me know, guys, how you like it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks you for watching. See ya next time.